Hi everyone, it's Karen with your week 4 concept video. So I'm just in the park here looking for a nice quiet place to sit down and have a hot cross bun. It's that time of the year after all. So what it got me thinking about was the ways in which sometimes people say to me, Karen, why is it you can eat so many hot cross buns and still never seem to put on weight? And that really relates to this week's topic, which is around the determinants of health. You see, inside each one of us, biologically, genetically, we have a particular makeup that's going to place us potentially at greater or lesser risk of health conditions. Now, I'm lucky. I can eat hot cross buns till the cows come home. I've never really had a competition to see how many I could actually eat, but I can eat a few. Now, what that brings me to is the ways in which the determinants of health influence our lives. Now, these determinants of health can include things like genetics and biological factors, but they also, as we know and we've seen over and over again over the last few weeks, are also determined by social, emotional, political, and environmental factors. Now, when I say environmental factors, I include things like this, the park, the area in which you live, the city, the country, whether you live in an urban or a rural area, and right down to the types of services that you have in that area, the water, the cleanliness, the sanitation. So the determinants of health is very broad. Now, the thing that I want us really to think about is who determines what the determinants of health are, how they function, when we can draw on them to make conclusions, and how they make sense to us in the context of young people's lives. Because it's pretty clear to me that if we think about determinants of health and we're going to be health educators, then we actually need to know what are some of the things that are going to influence young people's health. Now, one of the things in this course that we know is going to influence young people's health is sex. Having sex, having unprotected sex, and thinking about ways in which they can prevent it, certainly. So this week's task for you to do is actually to create an infographic. And your infographic is going to be about an STI or a set of STIs. It's also going to be about contraception, or it's also going to be about pregnancy. So what I want you to do is to go and do some research of your own. And this research will form your starting point content for the ideas around sexual health issues, concerned mainly with infections and disease. With the question in your back of your mind is, why is it when we always talk about sexual health with young people and sexuality education, why do we automatically jump to risk? Why do we automatically jump to STIs? Why do we automatically jump to pregnancy and issues to do with contraception? We jump there. And what are the risks in doing that? What do we miss out? Who's getting missed out by asking these things and only doing those things and only saying, here's a fact sheet about STIs, go and study it up? So what happens when we educate young people in these kinds of ways? So that's going to be an important conversation that we have in our tutorials. So please make sure, just like in week 1, how you made those awesome little mind maps, that you download the infographic template, that you follow the links there, that you create this document, hey, and reference it correctly. Meanwhile, I'm just going to go off and finish my hot cross bun. Thanks, folks. Great week this week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.